is no guarantee for truth. Wow. Think about that for a minute. Good is no guarantee for truth. And I have an example of that which I shared last week, which I'm going to reiterate again this morning. Several years ago, I had the flu. And I woke up one morning and I thought, oh, I feel better. And when I said that, the Holy Spirit said, you're not just better, you're healed. And it shook me up in a good way. You're not just better, you're healed. And while I was glad to feel better, obviously, the truth was that I was healed. I was complete, regardless of the fact that I still felt symptoms in my body. Yes, I felt better, but I wasn't symptom-free. But the Holy Spirit let me know, no, you're not just better, you're healed. So it's not whether things are good or bad that are the issue, because that's the law. And Jesus is the end of the law for everyone that believes. Now righteousness without the law is revealed, meaning that we're only subject to life and life abundantly. We cannot go by the flesh to judge how we are, because all judgment is over. The Father judged that what He wrought in Jesus Christ when He raised Him from the dead is sufficient to put the law away, and now we are only subject to His righteousness without the law. But it's so easy to be beset by the weight of circumstances, isn't it? But if we know that regardless of whether things look good or bad, we are what the Word says we are, then we will give more weight to the Word. We will receive with meekness the engrafted Word, which is able to save us. It's an amazing thing when you think about it, because we are in Jesus, we are just as He is. We live and have our being in Him right now. We live and we're just as He is right now, regardless of what we feel, regardless of what we see, regardless of whether it's good, regardless of whether it's bad. Makes no difference. So as you consider the Word instead of the circumstances, then you be what the Word says you be. And you're either going to be it or you're going to lack. There's no in between. And because we are so used to following the flesh, it's a process. It's a process that the Holy Spirit guides us and helps us with. He knows where we need to be strengthened with might in the inner man, so that we can give weight to the Word instead of the flesh, so that we won't use the flesh to excuse lack. Because there is no excuse. All of the excuses are gone. Jesus took care of them. And I want to encourage you that no matter what it looks like in your life, no matter what it feels like in your life, you are just as Jesus is. Or to put it another way, you be just as Jesus is. So you can be that in the midst of horrendous circumstances. You can be healed because you are healed in the midst of horrendous circumstances to the contrary. You can be prosperous in the midst of horrendous circumstances to the contrary. Your relationship can be right in the midst of horrendous circumstances to the contrary, because all of those have been resolved by what God wrought in Jesus Christ when he raised him from the dead. He was raised for our justification and our righteousness. So I just wanted to encourage you today that if things look bad, that's not the truth. Even if things look good, that's not the truth. Because what are you going to do the next minute when they don't look good? So it's a yin-yang thing. That's the law based on the flesh. But Christ is the end of the law for righteousness and life. He came to give us life and that abundantly, which we can receive in full assurance of faith without considering whether things are good or bad. So I hope this has been an encouragement to you. It's really an encouragement to me. And I just, my heart just wants to share it with you. Let me know what you think about it. And I'll talk to you later.